All right, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to Give Me 5. And I want to go in depth on the hearing the House Oversight Committee held yesterday with FBI Director James Comey. James Comey has really shocked me. I'm disappointed in him. I'm stunned at his lack of knowledge. Put aside the whole laying out the case for indictment and prosecution and then saying no indictment, no prosecution, she didn't do anything. Watch him in action yesterday. And now we learn he gave immunity to 5 people in this investigation, including Cheryl Mills. He gave her immunity because he wanted her laptop? You subpoena the laptop. You don't give someone immunity to give the laptop. I mean, this is insanity. I'm very disappointed. I'm surprised, to be honest with you. So first, there was a question posed to him. You know, Hillary goes around saying, well, the FBI director said, I didn't lie. I told the truth. Watch.
2 months ago, Hillary Clinton, in talking about her emails, claimed that you said, and I quote, that my answers were truthful. PolitiFact, by the way, gave this claim a pants-on-fire rating. Did you say that she was telling the truth with respect to her email claims?
I did not. I never say that about anybody. Our business is never to decide whether we believe someone. Our business is always to decide what evidence do we have that would convince us not to believe that person. It's an odd way to look at the world, but it's how investigators look at the world.
Thank you.
All right. So at least he disputed what Hillary said. At least he had the nerve, the guts to do that. Then it got very interesting. Very interesting. Darrell Issa, former chairman of this committee, questioned James Comey.
As a former chairman issuing subpoenas, I issued a subpoena, and additionally I issued preserved letters. In addition to that, now Chairman Chaffetz issued what were effectively preserved letters. Some of them were directly to Hillary Rodham Clinton while she was still secretary. Others, the subpoena in 2013 was to Secretary Kerry. These individuals destroyed documents pursuant or took it out of federal custody pursuant to our subpoena and our discovery. As a result, they committed crimes.
All right. So how does Comey respond?
My question to you is, when I was a chairman and I wanted to grant immunity to somebody, I had to go notice the Department of Justice, and you were consulted. Isn't that correct?
In a particular matter?
In any matter.
I don't know whether the FBI is consulted in that circumstance.
Okay, for the record, yes, the Department of Justice does not grant immunity without checking with federal law enforcement to see whether it'll impact any ongoing investigation. That's the reason we have a requirement to give notice.
James Comey didn't know? The head of the FBI didn't know the process for the federal government granting immunity? He didn't know? I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I thought this guy was one of the smartest guys, one of the most upstanding guys. He didn't know? What is that? Wow. More.
When the reverse was occurring, you were handing out like candy, according to some, immunity. Did you, or to your knowledge, Department of Justice, confer with Chairman Goodlatte, Chairman Chaffetz, Chairman Smith, or any of the other chairmen who had ongoing subpoenas and investigations?
Not to my knowledge.
So isn't there a double standard that when you granted immunity to these 5 individuals, you took them out of the reach of prosecution for crimes committed related to destruction of documents or withholding or other crimes pursuant to congressional subpoenas?
I don't think anybody was given transactional immunity.
Oh, really?
He looks like a squinting deer in the headlights. I'm not familiar with the process for granting immunity by the federal government. I'm only the head of the FBI. I'm not sure that anybody was granted that kind of immunity. And so Issa says, "Oh, really?" And then he said this.
Now, we have not allowed to make your immunities public, but I'm going to take the privilege of making one part of it public. I read them. You gave immunity from destruction to both of those attorneys, not just turning them over, the documents over, specifically destruction. You did the same thing with these other 2 individuals. Brian and Paul Cabetta. You gave them immunity from destruction.
Yeah, I don't think, well, again, I could always be wrong, but I don't have them in front of me either.
Well,
but
because you don't let us take them out of the skiff, it's a little hard for us too.
He doesn't know. I don't think. Look, ISA knows what he's talking about. And that's his answer. What is he, Hillary? What did he say? Hey, well, not that he was at Hillary's questioning. He wasn't. And not that there was videotape he could have watched. There isn't. But he probably heard, hey, why don't you just do what Hillary did? I don't remember. Really? I don't know. I don't think I did that. Really? I don't know. This is the head of the FBI? The head of the FBI? Really? Wow. Then Congressman Jim Jordan got involved.
Here's the takeaway in my mind. Mills gets a heads up. Cheryl Mills gets a heads up in midsummer of 2014. July 23rd, the day before Mr. Cambetta's Reddit post, the Benghazi Committee and the State Department reach an agreement on production of documents. Cheryl Mills has a conversation with Paul Cambetta. He goes on Reddit then and tries to figure out how he can get rid of all this email. Even though he's not successful then, he has to do it later down the road with BleachBit. And then the clincher. The clincher. Just last week, he's going online and trying to delete these Reddit posts. He's trying to cover up his tracks. He's trying to cover up the cover-up.
Cover up the cover-up. And Jordan continues, and then wait till you hear Comey.
My question is, the guy you gave immunity to, the guy who took the fifth in front of us, is online trying to figure out how to remove email addresses, change evidence, later uses BleachBit. That guy, who won't testify in front of Congress, and he has correspondence with Cheryl Mills. Cheryl Mills, a subject of the investigation. Cheryl Mills, who also got some kind of immunity agreement. Cheryl Mills, who walked out for part of the questions during the interview with the FBI. Seems to me that's pretty compelling, and the timeline's pretty compelling as well.
I'm not following compelling of what?
I'm not following. Compelling of what? So his answers so far have been, I'm not familiar with that. I don't think we did that. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. I'm not following you. Compelling of what? Wow. Wow. If this were a scandal involving Republicans, the Democrats, this would be page one. This is a disgrace.